Contextuales desde Adentro, tu lugar para conectar con la psicología contextual. Un podcast de Ana Karenina Alvarenga.
Bienvenidos a Contextuales desde Adentro. Hoy, antes de empezar con el segundo roleplay con la doctora Robyn Walser, me gustaría hacerles extensiva una invitación a un taller online en vivo con la mismísima doctora Robyn Walser para afinar habilidades clínicas. Este taller va a contar con traducción simultánea del inglés al español durante todo el taller. Si estás buscando perfeccionar tus habilidades clínicas, este taller es para vos. Y sin más preámbulos, vamos al roleplay.
Thanks for the fun role play, Karenina. And I'm sure there are plenty of clinicians out there who get that ramped up kind of pressured space. You yourself mentioned that you get some of those clients as well. So as I conceptualize Mia, the client, like she's chasing after freedom from anxiety, being somewhere else, doing things to, I think, ultimately arrive at a place where she feels like, okay, now I can take time for myself. And that sort of, I'm not getting enough done, which clearly is not what's happening. She's getting plenty done.
Yeah.
Right? She's getting plenty done. But the pressure is, she's sort of responding to the pressure and the anxious thoughts and the twitching fingers and letting that dictate her behavior. But what she wants is, I'm going to call it a kind of sense of peace, but not emotional peace, a kind of presence to experiencing. I switched to using the word savor, like savoring the moment, whether it's with her mom or with a cup of coffee or meeting boyfriends and being social, like that kind of thing. And so it's like, I'll do it when. And so what I did a little bit of creative hopelessness work here, basically, but in a very kind of subtle way, because I took her what ifs, and said, one of those what ifs is likely going to be true. So instead of trying to diffuse in this moment, which a lot of people might think about doing, like, let's diffuse from the what ifs. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I took that what if and pulled it into creative hopelessness.
And that, I want to say, like, as a client, that was a really strong experience. Even because I mean, I think that sometimes with work, we can all be a little bit of Mia, rush. And, getting in touch with the experience of not being able to actually contact the things. I mean, if that's the real and only what if that really matters.
Yes.
And I am actually not doing anything about that. I'm doing all these things and not that. And it's like when you come in contact to that experience and you start feeling like, oh my God, something needs to be done differently. So I think that I mean, if you would have just slowed me down and make me diffuse from that thought, I would have pushed the other way because I wanted to get things done.
Yeah. The pressure was in the room, right? So pulling that what if in kind of had what I call a cage rattle in it, or a little bit of a paradox in it. Is there's one what if here that is right on target.
Yes.
And that's that you are not going to get to have these things in your life, this cup of coffee, etc. Right? And that you can sort of feel like, I've got to be somewhere else. I've got to be someone else. And so that I can make time and not sort of recognizing that the clock is ticking now and time is happening now. So let's invite you into the here and now. And so I was slowly heading that direction, and I wanted to point to it in the room when she said, but I don't know how. So the what if cage rattled and something slowed down in that moment, like things got slower. I don't know if you noticed this, but right somewhere in that territory.
Yes, that's like being in the middle. I know that this is not the thing, but that's the only thing I know
Yeah,
how
so
to do. So tell me how.
how do I do this, right? And I'm like, well, let's see what happened just in here. And I was pretty patient in the beginning. I kind of let it spiral for a little bit, just sort of getting that feeling of pressure in the room, and then made a few interventions, and the energy, the what if you're right about one, what if, things slow down suddenly. And then it stayed slower throughout the rest of the session. And now I could point to the distinction between pressure, fast, go, 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 and just the experience of something being more spacious. And you use the word right in there. It's like something feels like it's got more space right now. So all we did was like slow things down, and space showed up. And so for her, the work is, instead of pause, what do I want right now? And what's pressuring me? What is the pressure telling me to do? And do I want to do that? Or do I want to have a cup of coffee? Right?
Right. It's as a client, it felt, I mean, all of these things, like, because I had to be open, and it was easier to be open to that uncertainty of not knowing what to do. And then when, okay, I've been slowing down. I had this click of, oh, I've been doing it. I've been slowing down, and in this space, I realized I was sad and what I really wanted. Because it's like, before that, you are so caught up in here that, so being able, oh, I did something and it actually changed something. When you pointed out, okay, it's different already. See? It's like, oh, okay. And it actually gave me a sense of, I have this skill. I can practice it. Like there is something in here that I can do, and I am able to slow down, even though I think that I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, well, so it's there, and the pressure might still be quite present, but that's where the willingness work is. And so when I continue to see her, I would do a lot of acceptance and willingness work around just letting the pressure be there while savoring a cup of coffee, while talking on the phone to her mother. Right? Like just being present to that it doesn't have to be her dictator.
Okay. That's amazing. Thank you, Robyn. Thank you. I think, and all the clinicians that are going to say this, thank you. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
My pleasure.
Si te gustan los videos de Contextuales desde Adentro, suscríbete a mi canal y activa la campanita para recibir todas las notificaciones. Y si además me puedes dar un like y dejarme un comentario, me ayudas a seguir creando más contenido para vos. Nos vemos.